For Sloan, recording Navy Blues was a real treat. It was our fourth record.
She's honestly a person with the cause. I told her that I don't smoke or drink. She told me to loosen up all the way to the LC. It's not the band I hate, it's their fans. 3 cans of watever makes me, cooks me, can you be?
The pressure brought on because, as Chris, I believe you're saying, 2,500 copies a month, I think the last one was.
Yeah,
doing.
it was just flying out the window.
Out the window, like outrageous. Tons of press coverage, newspapers up and down.
Do your time, pay the price for everything you've done wrong, baby. In your life, you get so high, there's nowhere left to go but down. Don't believe that no one cares, 'cause we're here waiting for you, baby.
The success of One Chord to Another was such a monster that we really had to come up and turn from a pop rock band into the rock pop band that we should be.
Hey, you've been around for a while. If you admit that you were wrong, then we'll admit that we're right. Hey, you, come along for the ride. We'll hit the money city that takes us all night.
What I remember most is the personal relationships. With Patrick, it was a fight constant. Who wrote what?
I had written the riff for the song, but Chris had gone and stolen it and written a whole other song.
And with Andrew, it was always kind of hard because he was seeing a girl I knew in high school, and I started seeing a friend of his, so that got really awkward at times. And Jay, whose girlfriend was constantly checking me out, and just he was, you know, and he was in his experimental phase too, what with Sirens.
For one of the tracks I was working on for this album, I was thinking of the track as being a series of sirens, and sirens only, no, you know, drums or bass or electric guitars or pianos or anything like that. And I was thinking it would sound sort of like this, you know. Now, the original version that I'd been working on, you know, went on for about, I'd say about 10 minutes or so, which, you know, I didn't really think was that long for a single, you know, like a Rolling Stone, Hey Jude, Sirens. Anyways, didn't really have any other music on it, but when I came back after, I'd worked on it for about 3 weeks, and I came back to the studio after taking the night off, and I found that Patrick and Chris had been working on something else, unfortunately on the same tape. And well, this is what was all over my tape after my hard, you know, 3 weeks work.
You have to understand there's a driving need, it's a yellow light.
Here's an interesting part here. I wanted to introduce a vehicular element to the whole thing, so I put this car track in. And what happened with that was it took about an extra 2 months of recording because we wanted to get the perfect sound. So we had to go through something like 150 cars, recording each car, starting up over and over and over again. We started with Andrew's 75 Buick Century, and we had to move to a different studio. We had to get a whole other setup, new mics, because it's hard to record cars in a smaller studio. You can't get them through the door, for one thing.
The ones without replies, all aboard. You better start believing. We've only watered down the smallest town so we can multiply. I want a special meeting too, with Captain every day at Station Navy Blue.
I had this song that went, all aboard, the sinking ship is leaving, with all the secrets that you sold me, the ones without replies. And I just didn't know where to go at that point. And I really felt like something needed to be there. And we as a band, we just couldn't come to anything collectively. So I had to put my own foot down. And I came up with this middle part, which I thought was great.
Sinking Ships, Andrew really, I taught him a few chords on the piano, so he steps up from behind, timidly steps out from behind the drums and plays this little thing, which we produced with our background vocals into a real, you know, a modern day album track that should be a hit.
So, yeah, Sinking Ships, I basically wasn't on that recording at all.
There's nobody around for miles. There's no one around. There's nobody around for miles. There's no one around. There's nobody around for miles.
It was always really hard to try and convince the rest of the band that my stuff was worthy. I know I was largely underappreciated publicly, being the drummer in the band. However, I felt that I certainly brought a lot of innovation to the band. I guess we could kind of go through the bit individually. There was some real, almost pioneering acoustic guitar there. Oh, and then there, yeah, the tremolo guitar. And then we had a very, very fuzzed out electric guitar, which kind of followed up by 4 incredibly complex harmonies. And then, of course, the drums came in, and really it was just it was a matter of having a piece of music that I didn't really feel comfortable leaving on its own just because it was so good.
Where are we now? There's all these chicks screaming.
I think we produced a classic.
A modern day classic.
Sure.
We got along. We got along. We got along.
Way to go, buddy. Come on, let's get out of here, guys.
Okey-dokey.